All right, let's dive right in. A really big shift is happening in the world of AI, especially for businesses. We're moving away from AI as just a simple tool to something that feels a lot more like a new member of the team. And OpenAI just dropped a new platform that's right at the heart of this change. So we're going to break down exactly what it is and what it means for the future of work.
So let's start with a number that really sets the scene, 75%. Think about that. That's how many enterprise workers are saying that AI has already helped them do things they literally couldn't do before. This isn't just about working a little bit faster. We're talking about unlocking completely new capabilities, and that's an impact that's being felt across entire companies.
So that begs the question, right? If AI is this powerful, why isn't it just everywhere? What's the holdup? What's stopping it from being a core part of every single business, instead of just a bunch of cool but isolated experiments?
Well, that's the exact problem at the center of OpenAI's big announcement, a brand new platform they're calling Frontier. It's built from the ground up to help companies build, roll out, and manage AI agents that can do real, substantial work. It's all about bridging that gap between what AI can do and what it's actually doing in the workplace.
To really get why Frontier is such a big deal, we need to talk about what OpenAI calls the AI opportunity gap. This idea gets right to the heart of the matter. Just having an incredibly powerful AI model, well, that's not enough.
So here's the disconnect. On one hand, you've got these AI models with just insane capabilities. They can reason through complex stuff, they can perform tasks, and they're getting smarter at a dizzying speed. But then you have the messy reality of a big company. AI agents are often stuck in their own little silos, they have no real business context, and teams are struggling to get them out of the pilot project phase and into production, all because of these fragmented, disconnected systems.
Okay, so how does Frontier actually solve this? The approach is honestly surprisingly simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. It all starts by completely reframing how we think about an AI agent in the first place.
And this brings us to their central concept, which is just brilliant, the AI coworker. Instead of treating AI like a piece of software, Frontier's designed to treat AI agents like new employees. I mean, think about it. When you hire a person, you don't just hand them a laptop and say, "Good luck." No way. You onboard them. You give them context. You give them the right tools, and you set clear boundaries. That's the exact same logic they're applying to AI.
So what does this onboarding process actually look like? Well, it's pretty much broken down into 4 key steps. First, the AI has to understand the work. It does this by plugging into your existing business systems, like your CRM, to get that shared context. Then, it can plan, act, and solve. It's given the tools in a secure space to actually get stuff done. Next, and this is crucial, it improves its quality. It learns from feedback and experience just like a person would. And finally, you set boundaries. Each AI coworker gets its own identity, its own permissions, and security guardrails to make sure it's operating safely and exactly as intended.
Now, this all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But the real proof is always in the pudding. Does it actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at who's already using it and the kind of results they're seeing.
The list of early adopters is pretty much a who's who of major corporations. We're talking about massive companies like HP, Intuit, and Oracle. And you've also got giants like State Farm and Uber in the mix. Plus, with Cisco and T-Mobile already running pilots, it's really clear that this platform is getting some serious traction with the big players.
And you don't have to just take my word for it. Joe Park, a top executive at State Farm, he put it perfectly. He said, the goal is to pair the Frontier platform with their people to accelerate their capabilities. And that really hits on a key theme here. This technology is all about augmenting the human workforce, not just replacing it.
Okay, let's look at a super specific example. One company had this huge problem. Their engineers were spending thousands of hours manually debugging hardware test failures. It was a massive bottleneck. So they gave an AI coworker one job: dig through all the logs, the documentation, and the code to find the root cause of these failures. The result? It was an absolute game changer. The time it took to debug a problem dropped from about 4 hours down to just a few minutes. That saved thousands of engineering hours and sped up their entire development cycle.
So let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What does this move towards AI coworkers really mean for the future of how we all get work done? The ultimate goal here isn't just to have a bunch of separate AI tools floating around. The real vision is for fully integrated AI coworkers that can operate across the entire business, collaborating directly with human teams because they understand the full context of what's going on.
And that really brings us to the final thought, the real question we should all be asking.
It's no longer a matter of if AI will completely reshape how we work. I mean, that ship has sailed. The question now is how quickly is this going to happen? How fast can organizations adapt and turn this incredible technology into a real, tangible advantage?